Hello, this is Thomas K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And today I'm out here with my old truck, and actually we're camping here at New River State Park in North Carolina. And I've had an antenna system set up at the campsite since, about 4 days ago when we arrived. But a lot of new campers came in this weekend, and somebody, or maybe a couple people, have some extremely noisy devices in their campers. It could be generators, could be modified sine wave inverters, or who knows, switching power supplies, who knows. But the campsite's way out that way. I tried my best this morning to do an activation, but the QRM at times was just S9 plus, and it was really super noisy and too difficult to deal with. So anyway, I know that they have this picnic shelter here. It has been raining off and on, though it looks like it's starting to clear up now a little bit. It's been raining off and on this morning, so I don't have the TX500 with me. I've got the Elecraft KX2. So I've set up over here in this picnic shelter. It's actually really, really nice. It's a great spot for playing radio. And I have my Chameleon MPAS Lite set up here. I think I'll start on the 20 meter band. I'll show you what I've done here. Let's see, get this going. Sort of show you how I've got I've had things set up here. Here we go. So if you look here, this morning I made 2 contacts, and it's because I could hear them. The 40 meter noise got so loud, though, I couldn't hear people. I probably couldn't have heard a strong station at times, and so I just worked those 2. I tried to switch. I started on the 17 meter band, which was absolutely dead. Then I went to 40 meters. I tried 60 meters, the noise came back. 15 meters, the noise came back. 20 meters, the noise came back. So I've left it here on 20. I've got the KX2 hooked up for 20 right now. And I thought, we'll just try to do it here. I gave it a very quick test right now, just to see if it sounded any better, and it did. It did sound better. So we'll see what we can do here. Maybe try to pop out a little activation. Now I've got my Surface Go tablet over here, so I'll be logging to that as well as I go along, which will make it a little easier for me. Okay, let's see. Make sure you can see everything here. We'll get this up and running. It's very peaceful out here actually right now. There's somebody back there now. There wasn't anybody there a moment ago. Running 5 watts of power. This battery in here probably needs to be switched out, but I'll see how long it'll go right now. There's dust and stuff on this, and probably pollen. I have no idea if the reverse beacon network is working right now. It may be. So we'll go ahead and start calling CQ. Get things set up on my log here on the side. Now I do have borrowed a hotspot. Typically I don't have cell phone service here, but I borrowed a hotspot, so I've got, it's just enough that I can maybe get a spot out if I need to. Yeah, it spotted me. Good. That's a good sign. Let's hope this works out better than before. There's no noise here, which that's huge in and of itself. I've had a great time camping here. That's been amazing. Yesterday I did soda activation. It's been a lot of fun with the family. Nice to be a little bit off grid there for a bit. So we'll keep going here. Thought I heard somebody. That's like 5.9 plus, isn't it? Oh, okay, maybe that's it. WA2JMG. I'll definitely make my activation today because I've got so much time here at the park. I could do it without trying. In fact, I could make my activation just by getting on my HT right now and contacting my wife and 2 daughters on 2 different bands. But I don't really do that. That's like a last case, sort of worst case scenario. If you go somewhere and it's just completely dead, and you're missing a contact or 2, then yeah, you can do that. It's fun to do that. It's considered a park to park, of course, because they're here at the park and I'm here at the park. I may go up a little bit higher too. Yesterday I did my soda activation on 15 meters and 17 meters. Can't tell if there's somebody really quiet in there. I missed that. There we go. Okay, I'm just very weak. Now he's coming up. You can tell that fading. I was about to send CQ soda. Some of those things get into your muscle memory. It's hard to get them out. I may move up to the 17-meter band here soon, just for fun, and even try some of the higher bands. You know, since I can spot myself, maybe it'd make more sense to try to do a little bit of single sideband. Let me do that. Actually, I'm going to do CW first. I do want to try to go up into 17 meters. Let me try a 17-meter single sideband. Okay. If anyone's there. You know what? Maybe I'll start with single sideband. I was using an internal mic. I think I brought my mic with me though. I did. Yes. Very good. Okay, we got a match here. Just set everything up for single sideband. I'll have to spot myself. I want to do this while I can spot myself. This hotspot's losing power. Actually, you know what I'm going to do too? I am going to switch over to my other battery. You can see how I field change this. This is not too hard to do actually. Pull out this battery. Put in a different one. Here we go. I'm doing this so that I can actually run single sideband at 10 watts. That's my, I think I'll do that today. Conditions are kind of poor. I've already gotten my 10, I think, for the day, right? Let me just double check and see. 1, 2, yes. I think I do. So field swap the battery, close that up. People complain about this, but you know, I gotta admit, I've gotten so used to doing this with the KX2, it's just second nature. I don't even think about it. Just pop it in there. This is my old battery. There's a possibility that this battery doesn't have a lot of capacity in it for doing 10 watts for very long. I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. Weird. I don't know why the audio went out there. I just plugged up the right place yet. Is this frequency in use? Yeah, I've got 10. I'll move it up to 10 watts, which I still consider to be QRP for single sideband. Okay, so I'm going to put 17 meters single sideband. Maybe we'll get somebody. Is this frequency in use? This is K4SWL. Ooh, I need to turn up the monitor, but that's calling CQ. Okay, I gotta remember on here, I think the monitor is there.
CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima.
One thing I love about the 17-meter band too is there's just a lot less competition for adjacent signals and stuff, which makes it kind of easy.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Let's turn this down to 1. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Sekipoda, this is
So it's a little quieter.
Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
My radio's dusty.
This is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Terribly dusty, actually.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
I'd like to get at least a couple of 17-meter contacts.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
My hotspot is dying, which means that soon I will not be able to do single sideband spots for myself.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ.
I'm taking some photos for the web post that'll hopefully go along with this. I'm terribly behind right now with my postings.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Surely someone's out there.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
I just got a Soda Goat notification. Someone who I have an alert set up for is activating, but they're activating with VHF right now. I won't be able to work them.
Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda,
17 meters sounds pretty dead.
Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Sekipoda, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Not looking positive for 17 meters right now. Maybe I'll move down to 20 meters. Okay, I'm going to QSY down to the 20 meter band. This is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima.
In Orange County, what's your state?
There could be a contest going on here too. I haven't looked to see. Let's see if there...
Whiskey X-ray 4 Echo. Florida QSO party. Florida QSO party.
Oh, it's Florida QSO. That's it. It's a Florida QSO. Is this frequency in use? See, I hear some adjacent signals, but is this frequency in use? This is K4SWL. I'll get a spot in before the battery dies in the hotspot.
CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
See, I hear an adjacent signal here, but that doesn't bother me as much as it could. This is the thing, I think when you get so used to doing single or CW contacts, you get used to having kind of more room around you. It's so much easier to find the free frequency with CW than it is with single sideband. Single sideband signals are just wider, and you know, you have about the same amount of space. CW is so narrow that you can have a couple of people right next to each other, and unless one of them has a dirty transmitter, you know, you're not really affected by them with most modern radios. Single sideband is much more challenging. And I'm hearing that QRM, but that still doesn't sound as bad as it could on a weekend with a QSO party and all that stuff. Actually, I should just do this.
CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4.
This is the reason why you have a voice memory message here. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ-POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
Kilo Sugar 4 Sugar.
Kilo Sugar 4 Sugar, great to work you also on single sideband. You've got a great signal, about a 5x7. 5x7 here at Park 2748 QSL.
Yeah, Roger. I'm surprised to hear you on 20 again. You're about a 5 and 5, 55 in North Carolina.
Hey, 7-3s, and thanks so much for catching me here. Yeah, I thought I'd try a little single sideband 20-meter action before I move back over to CW here for a little bit. Hey, 7-3s, and thanks so much, and have a great weekend. QRZ, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. We'll go back to that so I can drink some water.
Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
By the way, if someone calls, I can hit this button and that immediately stops the recording from playing back.
Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ.
It is beautiful out here at this park. We've had such a great time hanging out here. They've got a great picnic shelter here too. We feel like we got the park to ourselves. I guess it's a little early in the season for it to be super busy. Plus, this is a New River State Park. So this is the New River. It's a really nice river to canoe and stuff. But I think people just probably aren't quite there yet in terms of seasons.
CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4.
And give this another month and this park will be very busy.
CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
We'll check my spots here to see. Someone's actually
CQ POTA, this is
respotted
Kilo 4,
me.
Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
I'll do one more respot myself.
CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
So I refreshed my spot, which puts you to the top of the spot list. That's not something you have to do in CW if normally, once you're spotted, because the reverse beacon network functionality will keep you up at the top of the spots list.
CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4.
Now I could narrow my filter, by the way, and make some of that QRM go away.
CQ POTA, this
But actually don't mind having it kind of wide.
Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ POTA, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
The higher bands are not, they must be really weird. Now I have to admit, yesterday they were very wishy-washy. And I haven't looked to see what they're like today, to be honest, but
Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
but the QSB, the fading was horrible yesterday when I was on the air a few times. I was actually on the air about 3 or 4 times yesterday. And at times it was pretty stable, and at times it wasn't at all. The fact I work KS4S in North Carolina on 20 meters tells me this band's really short. Right now, I wouldn't have guessed that that would be possible. Unless he's really close by. and I was working in ground wave or something.
Calling CQ for Parks on the Air. CQ, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
We'll go down to 30 meters after this, I think. I think that'd be kind of fun.
CQ, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
This is real life. This is what happens when you're activating some days. Someone wrote the other day and told me that they had a really successful activation, but for almost 45 or 50 minutes, they only worked one station. And then all of a sudden, the gates opened, heavens opened, and contacts were raining all around them. And that happens sometimes. It's weird. It's kind of weird how that happens, but it's sort of, I've always said it's like fishing. Sometimes you're just kind of plugging along and not a lot's happening, and then like a school of fish come by and you're yanking them out of the water one by one.
CQ, this is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima calling CQ for Parks on the Air.
This is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima. I'm a QSY to the 30-meter band. This is Kilo 4, Sierra Whiskey Lima clear. Sounds pretty quiet here, too. Never tune up until you listen to at least a little bit to see if you hear any kind of activity. This sounds pretty good. I'll see if the reverse beacon network's still picking me up. I think this hotspot is about gone. 10% battery life on it. So it's going to go soon. This might be, I don't know if I'll do any more activating today because, oddly enough, even though I'm staying here at the park, I'll have to come back out here to this site to even do anything. The QRM at the park was just, it was outrageous this morning at the campsites. Absolutely outrageous. It's really sad. QRM, I think it's just one of the worst things when you're an activator because, you know, people are calling you and they're wondering why you can't answer them, but you just, if you can't hear them, you can't work them, and no DSP was going to help what was happening to me this morning. It was just so broadband too, all the way up into the high bands. The only band that wasn't affected too much was 60 meters, and basically the QRM would move around in frequency, and when it would come though, it would slowly move in and it would stay on top of you for a while before it would move away. And the other bands, it was much quicker. It washed over you every 20 seconds, and it was horrible. much better signal on 30 meters. Someone's way down in the noise. Whoa. Oh, there's another part. Okay, I'll have to get that later. Very good. Okay. I missed that first. There we go. someone's buried down in the noise down there. Okay, just for fun. Even though I had no luck at all on 17 meters, single sideband, we're going to try a 17 meter CW and then I'm going to call it quits here. Let's listen for a little bit before I start calling. Still here, buddy? Let me see if I still got Wi-Fi. I may a little bit. You know what? Take this back. Let me see if I can maybe hunt a little bit here. And then I'll maybe come back to the 17 meter band. Or, yes. Let's see, 14.061. Oh, wait. Let's see, my buddy Charlie is on. He's very, very weak. Let me try him again here in a second. Now I'm not hearing him on the other end. I'm hearing who's chasing him. See if there's somebody else here on the 20 meter band. I'm just looking through real quick. Actually, there's... You can tell that's F4 WBN. I think his name's Christian in France. This means this is a soda activation because he is an avid soda activator. Let's see here. K2EAG, do we have him in here? No? Let's try that. This is the glory of having like a multi-band antenna, is you can kind of pop around on the bands. Oh wait, that is... Okay, so my video abruptly ended there. That's because the card got full. I've been doing lots of video on this lately, and the card was full, so it cut off. But anyway, I got K2EAG as a park-to-park, and that was kind of fun. I'm going to keep hunting around here now and see what else I can find. So let's see, while I have internet access, it makes it easier. Let's see here. Somebody on 14. See if we can hear anybody there. Yes, I can hear them fine. So this is another park to park here. Okay, so I moved on so much. You know what? I'm just going to go up here and start calling CQ because I'll have to end this pretty soon. I've got a little too much, a little too little battery for the amount of time I have here. This is kind of a quieter activation, actually. It's kind of nice sometimes not having like a bazillion people coming at you all at once. So, and just having a slower pace. And that's one of the things I've really enjoyed about being out here. It's one of the things I've really enjoyed being out here. Now I could go down to the 40-meter band and probably get a lot more contacts. That is, I'm looking on the spots, and that's where everyone is right now, is on 40 meters. But I think I want to try to do some of the higher band stuff. That was one of my goals here at the park, actually. We'll try this again, see if we get anybody. If not, no big deal. Let's see if it's auto-spotting me. It isn't yet, but it may here in just a second. Yes, it's auto-spotted me. Maybe we'll get somebody. Maybe we'll get someone. I've had a really good time, actually. I'm using the KX2 today, but at the park I've been using the FT817ND a lot. I really do love that radio. It's been nice having some quality time with it. The KX2, though, it is my Swiss Army knife. I mean, this thing can just work anywhere, anytime. If it's on HF, I can do it with the KX2 pretty much. That's what I really love about it. The battery, the ATU is really good. The size is perfect. Paddles attached to it, built-in microphone. It is really kind of the king of those shack-in-a-box radios, in my opinion. I think it's pretty genius. Anybody out there? Okay. Good. Oh, got you again. Getting the West Coast nicely. Boy, this is going to be hard. Got him. Okay. See how it just kind of got, the band just kind of opened up here a little bit. Sometimes, I think right now we're getting much better solar conditions for DX and further contacts. But the sun's also been burping a lot. And so sometimes that causes disturbances. CMEs and things can, cause disturbances. And sorry, I thought I heard something there. Nope. And it can just make it a little more difficult to, it just makes the band conditions a little less stable. Don't ever let propagation stop you from going out and playing radio, ever. Don't ever let that happen. In reality, it's just not that, it usually doesn't have an effect on you when you're doing a park activation or a summit activation. Now, it can have an effect on a long QSO, like a rag chew or something, because conditions can fade out so badly that you can barely hear someone. And I can't tell you how many times I've been in like rag chews with people, and conditions just deteriorated where we couldn't even hear each other sign off or anything. But I'm going to pack up here soon. In fact, I need to, because my battery's going out in my camera. Great to get you in the logs here. What I'm doing here when I'm messing up my keying is I need to be pressing the key closer to the middle of the paddle. I'm hitting it at the top and it's not quite making the right contact. Plus I got this paper underneath it. I think I got that right. Are they still there? Can you hear them? I can't hear them. Can't hear them well enough. They could have just faded completely away. I'll try a couple more calls here, and I'll need to turn this off. I'm sure the camera's just going to die on me here in a second. Oh, good. Spark to park. Yay! Nice. Nice. That was good. I'll give one more call and I'll hop off. There we go. There we go. So, happy to have that in the bag now. And yeah, as my battery dies here. Tell you what, I want to come back to this picnic shelter, but we really like camping here at New River State Park. In fact, we're getting ready to go on a long hike. That's the reason why I need to cut this short too. Well, not short. I guess this wasn't a very short video, but I need to go ahead and cut it off because I'm going to load my stuff back in my truck. Now the weather's just gorgeous, and I don't think it's going to rain anymore. I could have gone out to a little closer to the river, but this is actually a really nice spot. It's kind of up a little higher elevation than down by the river. So really, really nice. A lot of state parks have picnic shelters, and I'd encourage you, even if the weather looks bad for the day, consider going on out and heading over to your state or national park, and you'll probably find they have picnic shelters. Now, a lot of them are kind of first come, first serve, or reserved. And so, for example, this one, more than likely, you can reserve this for a party or for a wedding or whatever. I find that here in North Carolina, a lot of North Carolina parks, it's absolutely free to come here and do what I just did. No problem at all. But if there's a group here and it was reserved for that group, then you cannot come over and start playing radio anywhere near them. If it's just random people, hypothetically you could. You just wouldn't want to disturb them or anything, of course. But if it's reserved, reserving these things are super expensive. I actually looked to, I don't know what New River's like. I looked at Zebulon Vance one year to reserve their picnic shelter for field day. I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do field day there. And it was something like $300 an hour. So needless to say, we didn't do that. Instead, I think we went to Mount Mitchell or something. But this is so nice. So anyway, I'm going to hop off here and pack up everything. And I may possibly play radio a little bit later tonight. But to be honest, if the QRM is still present, I probably won't do it. It's just too frustrating to me. I really should have brought my magnetic loop antenna. I don't use it very often in the field, and one of the reasons why is just because it takes a little longer to tune. Usually I'm in a hurry, and I just prefer wire antennas in general. But a mag loop antenna here would be fantastic at my campsite over there because it would help null out a lot of the noises and stuff, and they just do much better with those electric noises and stuff. So I wish I would have brought it along. And in fact, next time I will do that. I'll bring the Chameleon F loop with me. In fact, I'll probably take it to the field and play with it pretty soon. I'm planning on doing a long park activation run with my buddy Eric, WD8RIF, a little bit later this year. Well, actually in the summer. Well, come to think of it, we're doing that instead of Hamvention. I've decided I'm not going to go to Hamvention this year. And the reason why is we've got some pretty big travels coming up in June, and I want to funnel my money into that. But Eric and I wanted to play a little radio, so I think we're going to hit West Virginia and maybe go through a bunch of parks and maybe a couple summits or 3 summits or so. I'd like to fit in a few summits while I'm there. So that's going to be the plan. Anyway, I better stop talking. I hope you have a wonderful week wherever you are. Thanks for coming along for the ride with this interesting little activation. Kind of a patchwork activation here of doing a bunch of different things, but I really enjoyed it. So again, let's all treat each other with kindness and get out there and play a little radio if you can, or hunt some parks, hunt some summits or islands, or whoever's on the air. Go try to hunt them and play a little radio this week. Until next time, 7 3s.